Hi guys, welcome back to Jungle Flowers Canada. My name is Grania and thanks for joining me. So I did an unboxing video, but unfortunately the quality was so bad that I have to redo it. So I have already unboxed obviously the plants, so I'm afraid I can't do a reveal in that way, but what I thought I'd do today is I would show you all the plants that I received. So I got these plants from Thailand. If you recall from some of my previous videos, I mentioned that I was owed an order from last year. I was to get 5 Philodendron Tiger Tooth Ring of Fire. I think they were about $30 something at the time I ordered them. But unfortunately, they have gone through the roof. And Peter from Asean Plant Exporters had said to me he can't get his hands on them. They're costing him like $150 a piece US. So he asked me if I wouldn't mind picking something else. So I picked a few Hoyas, and he sent me some Hoyas in replacement. So I'm going to show them to you now. Something I should mention, so you know I do lots of videos about plants that I order from Thailand, particularly from Asian Plant Exports. Just to let you know, I'm in no way sponsored by them. I don't get any of these plants for free. I pay for everything, I pay for the shipping. So just in case you think that it's sponsored, just to know that it isn't sponsored, okay? This is just a video on my personal opinion of my dealings with the company. So just to let you know that I'm not here plugging them because they are giving me free plants. They're not, okay? So let's take a look at what I got. Okay, so the first plant is a Philodendron Subhastatum. Look at the beautiful red on the back there. Isn't that a gorgeous plant? I hope it's focusing for you. This was the issue I had with my last video. And it looks very healthy. I am so pleased with this. So I also want to show you the roots, guys. So let's take this out of sphagnum and I will show you the roots. So the roots are not bad at all on this one. Put my head down. I hope that it's focusing there on the roots. But I still want to give it a little bit of a head start. Oh my God, now I'm underexposed. I was overexposed a minute ago. Okay guys, this camera is giving me a run for my money. This is a new camera I bought last year. Now, of course, it's not state of the art, but it was still expensive and it still likes to play tricks on me. So I'm just going to put this back into its sphagnum. I did order 3 Philodendron Florida Ghost. If you recall guys, when I hit my 1,000 subscriber, I did a giveaway and I'm going to be sending one of these to one winner. Sorry, it is closed now, but I will be picking a winner from that and they will be getting a Philodendron Florida Ghost. Now it's not going to be, this one in particular. I will pick from it. I want to make sure that the roots are nice and healthy. So I'll just show you the 3 that I got. So I'm really pleased with these. Look at that cutie. Okay, so this is the other. And this is the 3rd. So I'm so pleased with it. Now you can see the roots there. They're okay. They could be bigger, so that's why I have it in sphagnum. And once the roots have fully established and I know that they have fully acclimated, I will be picking my winner. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so the next plant I got, I'm so excited about this, is a Philodendron Gigas. Can you see this, guys? I am so delighted with this plant. Isn't it just beautiful? This will have to be put on a moss pole, guys. I can't remember what the roots were like on this. So let's take a look at the roots. Okay. Oops. Okay, the ones that are there are healthy, but I would like them to be a little bit bigger before I pot it up in soil. So you can see. So I'm absolutely delighted to get this. I just think this is such a beautiful plant. So there's my Philodendron Gigas. So next up, I got a couple of these guys. You can see the leaf there. So I have different sizes, and oops, I keep kicking out that bar. And this one's a really nice size here. Look at the size of that. So I will be trading these, hopefully when they're fully established. There you go. And oops, what is this? Oh, there's one of my Hoyas that just came out. So let's take a look at the roots on this one. I can't actually quite remember what the roots were like. So, okay. So you can see there, the roots. Okay, so there's the root there. It's pretty much an aerial root. So I just want to make sure that it gets plenty more roots before I pot it up. There are varying degrees of roots on these. Some have none, some have better than others. So I'm just literally going to leave them here until I can see some nice healthy roots. Okay, and before we move on to the Hoyas, my last plant, which I absolutely love. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you will have heard me mention that I'm not the biggest fan of Spathiphyllum, but I adore my domino. And this is called a Spathiphyllum Wallisian. So it is a variegated leaf, guys. Wait till you see. Let me find, that's a new one, so you won't be able to see. The first treated with neem oil. But can you see the variegation on that leaf? Isn't that just beautiful? Look at the variegation, guys. I absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. The reason I treated it is you can probably see that there is some damage on the leaves, so that's why I wanted to treat it. But it had a beautiful root base. Okay, on to our Hoyas. I'm so excited to get these Hoyas. So the first one is a beautiful Finlaysonii. Isn't that just beautiful? I love this plant. I particularly like Hoyas that have this beautiful veining. And I can't remember it. Okay, so let's take a look at the roots on this. So the roots are very, very thin, but at least there are roots there. Some of them have like little or no root on them. So, again, it'll just be rehabbed for a little bit until the roots are a little bit better. Those of you that are following me will know that I am a soil girl. I'm not a fan of other mediums, so I will be potting these up in soil. I'm an old-fashioned girl. Next up is my Fusco Marginata splash, and I love this. This is really, really cute. Can you see the splashing on it there? Really, really nice. I really like this plant. And let's take a look at the roots. I have to make sure I put the names back in because I can't remember which is which. Okay, so there's the roots. You can see they're very thin again, so once they've plumped up a little bit, I will pop them in soil. So this is a Hoya Verticulata. Really cute little leaf. I'm not sure if, no, they actually feel good. So maybe they are supposed to be that light in colour. Sometimes when you get them and they're this light in colour, it means that they're kind of on their way out. But this feels pretty firm, so I'm hoping that it will be okay and I don't lose the leaves. And let's see what's going on. So you can see there, the roots are very small. I wouldn't put this into soil yet. Next up is the Hoya Memoria. And it has a very pretty little leaf. So you can see there are little to no roots on this plant. Very pretty though, nice little plant, eh? How do I pick my plants, by the way? How do I pick my Hoyas? There are thousands and thousands of Hoya varieties. So what I usually do is when I'm watching other YouTubers and they get a plant that I like, I make a note of it. And then I use that list when I'm ordering, because like I say, it's, well, a lot of times when you look on the website, you just get to see the flower, you don't get to see the leaf. And like, to be honest, I just buy them for the leaves because the flowers are just a bonus, right? So usually I watch Gillian from Gillian's Plant Corner. I watch, what's the little one's name? Leslie, I think, from Leslie Leaves. She's adorable. I watch her, and then I have some people I follow on Instagram that are big Hoya collectors. So if I see something I like, I usually take a list of it, and then when I'm ordering, I will order off of that list. Now this one came out of here, so this is a Hoya Cv Viola. I hope this is right now because I did kind of get them mixed up. So if anybody sees that I have any plants mixed up and you know, please let me know in the comments. So this is, I'm hoping, a Cv Viola. And there is like little to no roots on here. So this will be quite a while in rehab, I think. Okay, so let's put your baby in here. I love Hoyas, but the problem is I don't know where I'm going to put them all when they get big. So they're great now because they're cuttings. I can keep them in my IKEA greenhouses, but we might have a little problem when they start to grow. But anyway, not to worry. I'm sure I'll find space for them. I am still in the middle of doing my bedroom, guys. I know I said I would put a video up when I have it finished, but I was actually waiting for this order to come in. But I think now I just have to go ahead and finish it up. I just have a few little bits and bobs to do there before I stage it with my plants. So as soon as I have that done, I will put the video up. So this is a Hoya Vitalinoides. Hoya Vitalinoides. I like the leaf on this. Can you see? Look at the lovely veining on that leaf. Really pretty. And let's take a look at the roots. Okay. Oops. So very thin little roots on that one as well. But I do believe they are all viable, which is the most important part. I don't mind leaving them in here for a while to get a little more established once they are still viable. Now this is, I think this may be my casualty. This is a Hoya Matrata. So this came with 3 leaves, guys. 2 of them looked pretty bad and 1 of them kind of looked okay. But actually, I think this leaf is going to fall off now. 2 of the leaves, oh, there it's gone. Okay, so that was the last remaining leaf. And it just fell off. So I'm hoping that it will rehab. There isn't a huge amount of roots on there, but we will give it a chance. We will try and rehab it, and hopefully it will bounce back. If you remember from my last shipment, I had a stump and I wasn't sure what it was, and it turned out to be a Philodendron Tiger Tooth Ring of Fire. So I had ordered a few and like most of them didn't survive. So it's teeny. I have it actually in my little terrarium in my den, along with my other tiny rare plants, or not rare, they're not rare. What did we decide we were going to call them? Popular plants. This one I am so excited about. It's a Hoya Sigillatus. I am super excited about my Hoya Sigillatus. I think this is focusing on my IKEA greenhouse, so we need it to focus here. Hoya Sigillatus. Hope it's focusing, guys. I can't see. Terrible. Now let's have a look at the root system on this. Like 0 root. Well, like a whiff of a root, I would say. Like practically nothing on it, but it looks so healthy. I'm so hopeful that this is going to take off, because I think this is a gorgeous plant. And the rest are actually Finlaysonii. So I got a few Finlaysonii. So guys, there is my shipment from Thailand. So I'm actually quite pleased with this one. Other than having to root up the Hoyas a little bit better, I think it was pretty successful, except for the one where I lost all the leaves. Something that would have contributed to the success of this shipment, of course, would be the time of year, because spring is perfect. Now, it was a little cold actually when they arrived, and some of the roots did feel kind of cold, and I was a little concerned, but I actually think they were fine. So this kind of confirms that spring and fall are probably two of the best times to import. Now, I do have another import coming from Ecuador, and hopefully that should be here in probably another week or two, so I will do a video on that. But there are a couple more plants that I'm kind of eyeing that I wouldn't mind getting. Not huge ones. I think we have enough big plants for the moment, even though they're not big now, but they will eventually be big. So I think I'll hold off on getting any more large plants for the time being, even though I would love, there's a lot I would absolutely love. I look at all the YouTubers that I follow and I see their beautiful big plants and I'm very envious. I think I'll just pull back for the moment, and I'm just going to maybe order a few other different plants that I am interested in getting. So guys, I hope you were inspired by this. It might encourage you to import from either Thailand, Indonesia or Ecuador. If you want to find out some more information on it, I do have a video on how to apply for an import permit on my channel. It is a way for me to get these plants more reasonably than I could buy them here in Canada. There are risks to be taken, of course, because they can die, and you do have to factor in that it's US dollars and you have to pay shipping, phytosanitary and everything. But I would advise you to be cautious. There are some sellers up there now who are charging ridiculous money to import these plants, and I would shop around. Make sure you shop around. I'm finding Indonesia has become quite expensive. Indonesia used to be a lot cheaper than Thailand. In some places they can be more expensive. So I would advise you to practice caution when you are ordering these plants, because you don't want to pay this big money for something that's going to die. I have said it in my videos before, if you just want one plant, you just want, say, a Philodendron melanochrysum, you're probably better off just getting one here. To import these does cost a lot of money. I can't remember what this order cost because I ordered it last year. So when you're ordering abroad, guys, you are looking at, $2, $3 plus $100, probably more. As I said, I can't remember what this is. I think my Indonesian order was like 300, and it was probably maybe 4 or 5 plants. Now, 4 or 5 plants that I could not buy in Canada for $300, I will give it that. So I would stress, please budget when you're buying plants. Don't put yourself in any financial hardship to buy plants. It's not worth it, because someday these will probably all come down in price. They could potentially die, they could get pests. I have actually heard some stories on YouTube from some lovely YouTubers that I follow about how they will think about maybe not going out at night because they want to buy a plant, or maybe cutting down on their grocery bill because they want to buy a plant. It's not worth it to do that, guys. So please, please err to the side of caution when you're ordering these plants. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you've watched till the end, please put the green heart in the comments. If you have any questions or comments about my order, please don't forget to put them below. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would so appreciate it if you could. It really does help. So guys, have a wonderful day, and thank you again for joining me.